Good morning, everybody. This is Betsy Wurzel, host of Chatting with Betsy on Pastor World Talk Radio. Jeanne White is the producer. I am coming on today to talk about the anniversary of my group, #Kick Alzheimer's Ass Movement. We celebrate our first anniversary on February 20th. And we started last year on February 20th, 2019. And people may not know the story, so I will tell it. Last year, a life coach told me that I should start a group. It is my passion. And I told Erin Lay, she was a life coach, that no, I can't do that. I don't have time. She said, Betsy, you make the time. And, of course, my fear set in. I was hashtagging Kick Alzheimer's Ass Movement for maybe, 3 months prior to starting the group. And lo and behold, I met Lorraine Lepore. She saw one of my videos, and she saw me hashtagging, and she said, Betsy, you have to start this group. I didn't know Lorraine Lepore. And her sister was on the verge of dying from Alzheimer's. And in Lori's grief, she wanted to help me and help other people. And I was like, okay, this is the universe telling me I need to start this group. Excuse me. And so I didn't know Lori, but Lori is from New Jersey originally. And I'm from New Jersey. Actually, she's from Newark, where my father grew up. And we have a lot in common, and we are a lot alike. And I had the opportunity to meet Lori last June, 2019. So we started a group, #Kick Alzheimer's Ass Movement. And people might think, well, why did you come up with that name when there's other dementias? Well, I'll tell you why. Because I was in a rabbit hole, and I felt despair, and I pulled myself by the bootstraps, and I said, Betsy, you cannot let this disease defeat you. You're either going to kick its butt or it's going to kick yours. And that's how I came up with Kick Alzheimer's Ass Movement. I was not going to let this disease defeat me. And so I started hashtagging Kick Alzheimer's Ass. And you're probably thinking, well, you can't really kick a disease in the rear end. No, I can't. But this is how I came about my mindset. And it is a mindset, folks. In my mind, I pictured Alzheimer's as a monster. And I wanted to kick it. How do we kick Alzheimer's or any other dementias but by living your life to the fullest? That's right. You keep a sense of humor. You don't let yourself get stressed out if that could be helped. I know it's very hard. You love up on your loved one. You find humor. You laugh together. You enjoy life together. You live in the moment. Take it from me, folks. Don't worry about how you're going to handle whatever stage down the road, because you will handle it. I was worried about the same thing. Don't waste precious time with your loved one worrying about the future. It will take care of itself. And that's how I came up with the name, Kick Alzheimer's Ass Movement, because I want to start a movement. And all dementias are welcomed in my group. People from all walks of life are welcome. People who don't even have any loved ones with dementia are in my group because they want to support us. They want to support what we do, and they want to learn and be educated about Alzheimer's and other dementias. We have people in our group with dementia, and I appreciate that. We have past caregivers in our group. I am a past caregiver now, and I think it's wonderful that people stay in a group to help other people, because a better way to try to work through your grieving and work through your sadness is by helping other people. It will help you stay focused on something else. And how do I know about that is because I lost my husband in January. And I know some people, they walk away from anything to do with dementia once their loved one passes on. Excuse me. But I can't. It is my passion. It's what feeds my soul. And I have a mission and a vision, folks. And in hashtag Kick Alzheimer's Ass Movement, I want people to be educated, to feel inspired, to feel empowered, to know that they can not just only make it through to the other side of caregiving, but they could thrive. You could become a better person. Don't give Alzheimer's or whatever dementia any more power than it already has. And, it's going to take your loved one away. Don't let it take you away. And that's why I wanted this group. I didn't want anyone to feel alone in dealing with Alzheimer's or whatever dementia their loved one has. I was alone for 14 years before I went on Facebook. I went on Facebook in 2014, and I went crazy joining groups. And then I weeded ones out that I didn't care for, that didn't, suit me. So that's how I came up with the group. I want people to know that, yes, you can make it through this. You can be inspired. You can be motivated, and that you should feel empowered to raise awareness on your own personal page, to talk to your loved ones, to educate your loved ones if possible, and to know that you can stand up for your loved one and for yourself. If you see an injustice, then you need to speak up about it. If you don't like the doctor that you have, then change. You don't like the hospice team, then change. And the same goes with you being an individual. Of what you don't like about yourself, you can change. What you can't change, then you have to accept. And caregiving is not easy at all. And the more your person progresses, the harder it does get. And it is tough, folks. I don't sugarcoat. I say it straight up. I worked as a licensed practical nurse, and let me tell you, I was not prepared for the end of life. I was prepared as I could be, because mentally I knew Matt was dying. I knew that. I had intuition. I knew he was going to die soon. But to see him actually going through the transition and having to be heavily medicated, and I'm glad I was there when he took his last breath, was heartbreaking. I'm beyond heartbreaking. That's even an understatement. And I want people to know that, yes, it is heartbreaking and it is tough. But you know what, folks? This disease, whatever dementia your loved one has, can either make you or break you. It's a mindset. You have to decide what it's going to do for you. I gave a talk last year what Alzheimer's did for me, what Alzheimer's gave me, and I'm going to talk about that on another show. This is a quick show. I just had to celebrate the anniversary here. Happy anniversary to Kick Alzheimer's Ass Movement. Yay! And just to celebrate it because, truthfully, folks, I have been grieving. It's only been it will be 2 months, March 1st. And doing this show, Chatting with Betsy, does keep me focused. It feeds my soul. And it gives me something to look forward to. And being a leader in my group and giving motivational talks in my group also feeds my soul and inspires me. People tell me I inspire them when they inspire me to go on. And you know what, folks? When Erin told me about starting a group and Lori came to me about a group, I panicked and I let fear set in. And fear paralyzes us, folks. And if we don't move out of our comfort zone, we will not grow as people. Your spirit will not grow. You need to get out of your comfort zone. And I was afraid of failing. Oh, I can't be a leader. I can't do this. I may not do it right. I might disappoint people. And then I realized, you know what? If I don't try, then I will be failing. I'll be failing myself. Folks, if you want to do something, do it, as long as it's safe. I'm not talking about doing something unsafe. If you want to try something new, then do it. Don't let fear stop you. Fear can paralyze you and can keep you from growing as a person. Don't let it stop you. And I heard a motivational speech by Denzel Washington, the actor, on TED Talks. And he said, folks, let's face it, you're going to fail at something. And if you're going to fail, fail big, but fail forward. And I heard that. And I said, you know what? I have got to do this group. And, you know, you try something and you'll learn from it. So it's not failing. Even doing Chatting with Betsy, I was fearful of disappointing people and not, I was afraid to get out of my comfort zone. And then I said, you know what? I had to own this. I love to talk about my experience. Not that I'm an expert. I'm not an expert. I had 20 years experience, and I worked as a nurse. I have a child with special needs. I worked with the severely disabled, and I have a lot of experience, folks. Does it make me an expert? I am not perfect, far from it, but I found what fills my soul. And you know what? Whether you're a caregiver or not, find what feeds your soul and do it. And I'm going to say it here, and I say it over and over again. I'm going to continue to say it. Caregivers, past and present, and whoever is listening to this show, you need to do self-care. It is literally a matter of life and death. And this is what I speak about in my group. If you want to make it to the other side of caregiving and enjoy life afterwards, you must take care of yourself. I know it's not easy. I know it's hard going to the doctors. I know I had to put off preventive care myself, and I had to put off going to the doctors. But now that that is gone, I am taking care of myself. And you know what, folks? It's okay to be a little selfish. It's okay to put yourself first. Because if you don't love yourself and take care of yourself, you're not going to be any good to your loved one or anyone else. And let me tell you something, folks, and I learned this way too late. Your loved one feeds off of your energy. Now, that might sound a little cuckoo to you, but it's true. If you're anxious, your loved one's going to be anxious. If you're agitated, your loved one's going to be agitated. You can just mark it down because it's the truth. I saw it with Matt. And I'm also carrying on my vision, and that's honor. I promised Matt before he died that I would carry on. And even though sometimes he would complain when I would talk on the radio, he would also say to me, Betsy, you're doing a good thing. And I never promised Matt that I would not place him. I couldn't make him that promise. But I did promise Matt that I would tell the world about him. And that's another story of how I met Jeanne White that I'll have to go over again. And you know what, folks? Have a vision. Believe in your vision. And I have learned so much from Alzheimer's, meeting wonderful people. Met wonderful people in Kick Alzheimer's Ass movement. It's a small group. I like quality, not quantity. And we are family in there. We're supportive. It's a great group of people because of the people in this group. Supportive, posting informational links. I am so proud of my group and the people in my group. I just am so proud of them, and I love them even though I don't know them. I just feel a love for them. And that's what it's about, folks. My group is about loving each other, supporting each other, learning from each other. You know, we learn from each other. It's the caregivers who are teaching caregivers. I know I didn't learn anything from a doctor's office. It wasn't the doctors who taught me about Alzheimer's. It was other caregivers. I did get some information when my mother-in-law had it, but, 20 years ago, it was an information highway. 10 years ago, when Matt was starting out with early onset, there wasn't the information. I don't know, there were smartphones then, but I didn't have one. So I didn't have the information available. Now there's a lot of information available, and you can even go to a library and you get on the computer. I still don't have a computer, but I do have a smartphone. I had one for almost, I guess it's 3 years already. And that's when I started to do videos. So, turn your anger, if you have anger, and it's okay, into a passion, which is what I did. Don't let anger destroy you. Turn it into a positive. Turn it into a passion like I did. Yes, I was an angry caregiver. I was angry because the medical community was not listening. And they were not educated about early onset Alzheimer's. And I went in my car and I started posting pictures of Matt and saying, this is what early onset Alzheimer's looks like. So that's how I started Kick Alzheimer's Ass, and I didn't think anybody would listen to my videos, and then I started hashtagging my videos. Excuse me. So that's the story of hashtag Kick Alzheimer's Ass movement. And I am very grateful that I met Lori Lorraine Lepore this past summer in June. She was able to meet Matt and Josh, and Josh was smiling and Matt was smiling, and we had a great time. It's like we always knew each other. And Lori happened to be up in New Jersey in December, and she came to visit us in the hospital. And she came to the hospital to visit and show Josh and I support. And she saw Matt in the hospital. And it was wonderful to see her. And you can go on my page and you can see pictures of Matt, Lori, and Josh, and myself. And I also took pictures of Lori in the hospital. Lori and Josh. It is really an honor to be a leader in a group. I feel honored. I feel blessed. And yes, even through all that I went through and all that has happened, I am blessed. I am blessed to find my gifts, my voice, my passion, and wonderful people. People like Jeanne White, people like Lori Lorraine Lepore, Sue Fernandez, Marcia Burr, Christina Turner, and I could go on and on. Marcia Burr was my first mentor in Dimension Land. I had mentioned that before. And Marcia taught me a lot, and I'm very grateful for Marcia, who taught me about the happy place and who still inspires not just me, but so many others. And I'm so proud of Marcia. I just want to thank everyone who listens to the show. Please read the blogs. Please share this audio cast. If you are interested in joining #Kick Alzheimer's Ass Movement, we are on Facebook. You can click it on and please answer the questions. You can follow me on my own page, Betsy Wurzel, Wurzel, and you can see my journey that I had with Matt. And I just want to say thank you to Passion World Talk Radio for giving people an opportunity to talk. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate Jeanne White being producer. This is Betsy Wurzel, host of Chatting with Betsy at Passion World Talk Radio. Whether you're a caregiver or not, love yourself, accept yourself, pat yourself on the shoulder and say, I am a wonderful person. Shine your light bright. The world needs you. The world needs your light. Thank you, everybody. See you soon. I shouldn't say see you soon. You'll hear from me soon. It's the morning, but it's like 1:30 in the morning. And I've been up since 6 a.m. So it might be a little punchy. So have a good day, folks. And remember that you are loved and you are loved. Bye-bye now.